Ladies and gentlemen, come gather around, come gather around, come gather around. Today, we're going to be using floor jacks. Learn how to lift a vehicle so we don't die. Let's go!
Our school shop has a couple floor jacks. This is kind of nice. Got 4 wheels, big wheels on the front. You pull the lever down to build up hydraulic pressure after you've turned the handle to lock the pressure in down here. So you crank it. These things raise quickly till they hit your vehicle, which saves a bit of time, and then you can raise the vehicle. When you're done, you release the handle, or release the pressure rather, by turning the handle in a counterclockwise direction. Always use a jack stand, always use a jack stand, always use a jack stand. Adjust it to a height that works for you. One thing to be mindful of is this unlocking lever. You bump that with your feet, that car might come down on you. So be mindful of that. We're always going to use wheel chocks on the back side. Don't lift this vehicle by the radiator support. That's just plain dumb. Instead, roll the floor jack under the cross member. The cross member is a steel member that goes under and kind of across the vehicle, usually under the motor, and significant things are attached to it, like the frame. The cross member also attaches to the control arms, and you can kind of see the suspension arms starting to move here as we lift it up by the cross member. Some vehicles don't have a cross member, but you'll come and get me and I will check it before you start jacking this thing crazy. One kid crushed the oil pan on his engine because he didn't bother to get me to check it. Let me check it. It's free. So we jack it up to a height that's comfortable for whatever job it is that you're going to be working on. Notice the jack is slowly rolling its way under the vehicle. Because it lifts in an arc, something has to move. The car will either move forward or the jack will move backward, or both. So you have to make sure that that jack can roll and or the car can roll. This perimeter frame is going to have the jack stands mounted there. Release the pressure and set the vehicle down on the jack stands. Looks just like this. As an extra safety feature, I like to leave the jack under the vehicle with the handle up. Safety first.
So this entire rad support part of the vehicle has been moved up because somebody raised this 65,000 pound vehicle by the radiator mount, not the cross member. It is important where you put the jack so you don't wreck your car.
When I'm finished doing the job that I want to do, I jack up the vehicle, remove the jack stands, make sure there's no grade 8 kids lying underneath it, and then release the pressure, and there we are. Dandy. This vehicle is a bit different. Wheel chocks on the front, picking up the differential by the middle of the pumpkin right there. Jack stands on the ends of the tubes, set her down on the jack stands. Done the work. Lift the vehicle, remove the jack stands, lowering the vehicle. On this little Korean suppository, I'm going to do things a little different. Wheel chocks, but I'm going to pick it up by the tie downs. You may say, that can't handle the strength. If it can hold the vehicle on a boat over from Korea, it'll probably be okay. Plus, it's convenient. Then I'm going to put the jack stands in the pinch point reinforcement. Done the job. Jack it up, remove the jack stands, lower the vehicle. Bob's your uncle. Front. Okay, this one has a perimeter engine cradle. So it's a big frame that goes around the entire drivetrain. I'm going to pick it up by the middle of that. Jack stands are placed here. See the reinforcement? There's always something unique to let you know where that reinforcement is. Then, maybe your vehicle's too low, like most of mine. Shove a 2x6 in front of the tires, and then you can drive on top of the vehicle with that. Kind of a cheating way of getting your car high enough to fit your jack underneath it. They do sell lowrider jacks. We don't have one.
So when you're ready to lift the vehicle, you come and get me so I can check your jack placement and your jack stand placement, just to make sure you're putting it in the right place. Then you can do your task. If you're taking the wheels off, I like to put the wheels under the vehicle as well as the jack stand as an extra little bit of please don't drop a car on my legs. And I also like to leave the jack under the vehicle, kind of not really loaded, but still like an extra, please don't crush my legs with this car. Not to say I don't trust technology, but I don't trust technology. So be safe. Get me to check it.